face of waterproof makeup. We gotta start with the brows. I always like to outline mine with Vaseline first so that it doesn't get on my skin. This is super straightforward. You just mix together 1 part dye with 1 part developer. Don't usually put this much, but I just used the rest of it that was in there. Probably only need about half of that. I'll take a small brush and start at the outside edge and then work my way in. Some people wait to do the front part, but I don't care. Just kind of block it in like that. And I'll take a little bit more dye on the spoolie end and run that through. I like to leave this on for 10 minutes, so I just do one, set a timer for 10 minutes, do the other. Sometimes I'll kind of brush them the other way too, because what you really want from this is for it to stain the skin underneath it so you don't have to fill in your brows as much. Even though we did the Vaseline, I still like to go in with a Q-tip and just kind of clean up the edges a little bit. Once I'm happy with this one, I just go ahead and do the other one. Definitely done. I feel like they're still a little uneven, but I don't think the dye is gonna fix it. I think I just trimmed too much off of this one. I try to do this at least once every 2 weeks. I really should do it once a week, but I'm lazy, so I do not. Rude. Okay, I guess I'm not doing this right now then. Normally I'd dye my eyelashes, but I wanted to try some fake ones this time. Did you know you can dye your eyelashes? Definitely get the special dye though. Everything will be linked. It said not to wear contacts with this, so I was a little nervous. But first you'll want to curl your lashes. Of course, make sure you don't have any makeup on before you start this. I used Vaseline. You can also use Aquaphor. Put that all around my eyes. Try to be careful not to get any on like your actual lashes. I definitely got some on the right one. I might have to go back and redo that. But you just mix 1 part dye with 1 part developer. It says to mix it for 3 to 5 minutes, and you just apply it with a mascara wand. Obviously, be super careful not to get this in your eyes. Like, it will burn. Don't ask me how I know. Thankfully, I don't think I'm any more blind than usual. You're supposed to let it develop for 10 to 15 minutes. I let it sit for about 12, and I used a Q-tip to wipe off any that got on my skin. When the time was up, I wiped off the dye, and I actually washed my face afterwards just to make sure that everything was rinsed off. I also did some eye drops to kind of like flush them out just in case. Put my contacts in so I could actually see how they turned out. They're not bad. I think it does make it look like I'm wearing a little mascara. It's really not a huge difference up close since my lashes were already brown, but from far away, I feel like there is enough of a difference to make this worth doing, you know? Let me know what you think. Alright, so this was my second time trying the self-tanner contour hack. I think I figured out what I did wrong last time. I accidentally ordered the normal self-tanner when I really should have got the 1 hour express, because not gonna lie, this kind of made my face itch. I really did not want to keep it on there. So the point of this is honestly to stop people from saying that I look like shit all the time or that I look sick. I did not exfoliate my body at all, and you can very much tell. If you accidentally get a little bit where you don't want it, like I just did here, I like using this micellar water with salicylic acid in it. Put some on a Q-tip and just kind of clean up the nose a little bit. As you can see, it can be removed, not a disaster. And I like using a second brush to blend it so it won't get too smudged around. It's also really important to blend it back into your ears a little bit just to make it look a little more natural. If you have brown hair, you can just blend it into your hairline. If you have blonde, you might not want to do that. Some people I know they'll just do it in a big 3. You should probably wear gloves. It's also important to actually blend it down your neck. You just really want to make sure that everything's connected. I also have pretty cool undertones. A lot of the self-tanners do lean a little bit orange. I haven't really messed with actually tanning. I just want to make my face look nice. The rest of me, I don't know if I actually care that much. You can use this for so many things other than your brows. I've seen a couple people use this as eyeliner. We'll see how this goes. I literally just use paintbrushes half the time because I know this dries pretty quickly. So of course you can also use this for your brows. And I've also seen people use this to do fake freckles, but I think I'm just going to do the eyeliner just to see if it works. Do you like peel off or wipe off lip stains better? Based on the videos I've watched, this seems to work better with the wipe off kind. This I'm going to use as blush. No idea if this is going to work. I'm going to use a glove, blend it. This is the only lip stain that actually works for me. Trust the process. I feel like my face is just not even. I'm not gonna bother with my nose because my nose is always red anyway. This is in the shade Whimsical. I'm gonna let this sit for maybe half an hour. All right. Let's see if it worked. No, the lip stain works. I literally use this all the time. It does take a second to get the blue off. I might have to touch up the edges a little bit, but that's okay. I always like to do this the night before so that I'm not stressing in the morning trying to get the shape right, and it'll last the whole next day. Might have to redo that part. I'm just using a baby wipe to remove it because I don't know about makeup wipes. I have any kind of chemicals that would mess things up. Just wipe off some of this from my forehead real quick. Now the eyeliner. This I probably should have gotten black because I got it in brown. It did work. It's just that with the self-tanner as the eyeshadow, it's not really like a huge dramatic difference, but it actually worked surprisingly well. I don't know if you can see the wing, but I feel like that actually worked really well. I'm definitely gonna have to get the black one. Normally I do dye my eyelashes, but I just did not. Today, I think I might do some fake ones, but I might do that tomorrow. Might have gone a little bit overboard with the chin contour, but all right, moment of truth. You know what? That's actually not bad. All right. I might have to fix it to be a little bit more even, kind of like the lips, but I mean, it does look like blush. Honestly, I wasn't sure if that was gonna work. You know what? I actually would recommend. So here's the after. I'm not mad at it. Like I said, I have to redo the lip stain a little bit, and the eyeliner was kind of useless because it was brown. But otherwise, the self-tanner contour worked so much better this time. Definitely get the 1 hour express one, not this one. Next time that I do the self-tanner contour, I'm definitely going to start with the nose and the lips because those wear off the fastest, and do like the forehead and everything else last. The forehead, it's a little too dark because I messed it up and I went over it a couple times clearly, so it's darker than the rest. But once you put a tinted sunscreen over it, it's really not that bad. I feel like my eyebrows are still a little bit uneven, but I'm not exactly sure what to do about that. I'll get some gel, run it through, they'll be fine. I think I am gonna try doing the fake lashes. Personally, I have really bad dark circles, so I'm gonna have to do the color correction and concealer and whatnot, and I'll probably end up doing a tinted sunscreen as the base, but I feel like that cuts it down a lot. I don't know if there was really a point in doing the blush because once I do the under eyes and everything, so there's that, but otherwise, you know what, yeah, I would recommend. Here's what she's looking like the next day. I decided to do some of these lash extensions. I feel like for my first attempt, it's not terrible, although this one, I did not put it on right, so these probably won't stay on that long, but otherwise, I don't know. What do we think? My plan is to do a tinted sunscreen, concealer, maybe a little lip gloss, a bit of brow gel. Let me know your favorite summer makeup hacks in the comments. Is there anything else you think I should try? The hair is a work in progress. I think I'm gonna try to get it actually done this week. I kind of want to lighten it a little bit. So bad news. I think I might have been allergic to the eyelash glue. Whenever I woke up this morning, my eyes were so red and itchy. Also, a couple of them fell off when I was sleeping. Honestly, they look bad anyways, but I'm so glad I had this. It's supposed to be for removing waterproof mascara, but turns out it's good for removing lash glue too. I use this the same way that I normally would, except I clean the little wand thing off before I put it back. So if I'm actually allergic to this lash glue, it won't contaminate the rest of the product that's in here. But after I used this and got all the glue off, my eyes stopped itching. So I'm so glad I had this because micellar water was not cutting it. Clearly I did something wrong. I'm gonna wait a day or two just to kind of give them a break, and then I might just dye them like I normally do. And I have a thing to do a lash lift. I've never done a lash lift before though. I feel like my natural lashes are fine. It's just right here there's this little gap that kind of bugs me. But otherwise, this is 3 days later for everything except for the brows. They're 4 days later. The self tanner, it's definitely too orange for me, but I feel like if you're going on vacation and you don't really feel like doing your makeup every single day, this would be a really great hack, especially for doing things where you're like sweaty or swimming or whatever. For 3 days, honestly, that's not bad. I will say the lip stain you probably would have to redo every day or two. It's totally gone now. Depending on how I prep my lips, I can get that to last for up to 2 days. There's still a little bit of the blush because obviously you're not messing with your cheeks as much, I guess, but I think I'd probably want to redo that a little bit as well. For the lashes, I figured out why they looked so wonky. Apparently my eyes are just uneven, which I knew that, but I didn't realize to what extent. Also, I think these were too straight. My lashes are naturally curved, and I think these weighed them down a little bit too much, and they just made my eyes look weird. I think these ones have an M curl, and I'm pretty sure for my type of lashes, I should probably go for a C or a D curl. Definitely one of those things that I'll have to keep experimenting with. Although, to be honest, I kind of like my natural lashes. Like, I don't really want to screw them up. I just get annoyed with doing mascara. I'm trying to be as lazy as possible this summer. Speaking of, I really need to get back to using this laser hair remover. It actually worked pretty well on my armpits when I was doing it once a week. Way better than shaving every single day. I kind of want to try it on my leg hairs, but I think they might be too blonde. You do have to shave beforehand. Make sure your skin doesn't have any product on it. And don't forget to protect your eyes. Gonna go plug this in and then we can start zapping. The dual lights make the whole process so much faster. There are 4 different modes. The strongest one is SHR mode, which delivers 4 simultaneous flashes at a higher energy level, which is really great for tough spots like your armpits or your bikini line. And what this is gonna do is melanin in your hair follicles is gonna absorb the light and heat up. And over time, that heat will damage the hair follicles so that they don't come back. Don't be scared about the heat because this has sapphire ice cooling technology, so it's not gonna hurt, you're not gonna get burned or anything. And if you get the gift set, it comes with aloe, which is great to use afterwards to make sure that there's no irritation. I have a discount code. This is not sponsored. Honestly, I don't know if the discount code even works anymore. I'm just too lazy to film new clips, but I thought this might be useful to include. Here's a little clip from day 4 when me and my sister were swimming. Definitely better in some lighting than others. I feel like if you have warmer undertones, you'd be fine though. I didn't film anything the rest of the week, but I did this last Sunday and the tan lasted until Friday. So if you made it this far, let me know if you have anything fun planned for this summer. Personally, I'm going to the beach. I might go see the Jonas Brothers with my sister. We already went and we saw Avril Lavigne. That was super fun. There might be some other things in there, but I cannot think of them right now. But anyways, like I said, day 3, I'll keep you guys updated. Love you guys so much and I will see you guys later. Bye.